How's it hanging, YouTube? Peter here, your Ginger Jody Geek. Welcome back to the channel for another... And then he said Boys in the Toys. It's not been Boys in the Toys for a long time, has it?
Literally 2 episodes we did of it. And then
I know, yeah. Let's talk toys. That's what we're going to do tonight. So, I've got the full gang here. We've got loads to get through tonight. First of all, how are you, Luke? Are you well?
I'm very good. Always excited to talk about toys.
Good stuff, good stuff. Simon, are you taking on the gaming section again tonight because you did it so well the other week?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck when you don't know anything.
Look at his little face.
at all.
Yeah.
I've upped the production values this week now. I
Yeah,
couldn't handle it.
James's slides are much better than usual.
I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm incredibly bitter.
Yeah.
I don't let things go. So
I'm
like,
angry.
I will,
We never
I will
noticed that.
overreact. Yeah, one time, like in the last week, Peter said to me, it was something to do with like Henry Cavill as Cyclops. And I said, I said that on a show once. And he was like, when? No, you didn't. And I literally went through 10 videos looking for the clip of where I said it so I could send it to him.
Tremendous. I earned about 40 pence for all the views. James gave it. It was superb. Yeah. James, speaking of James, how are you, James? Are you well?
I am excellent.
Excellent. Good. Let's see who we've got in the chat. We have got Luke. As with the majority of our viewership, I'm only here to see what Simon has to show. Lovely. We've got Fuzzy of the Dunlop, another Monday, another live show, more Simon. This is cinema. And we've got Phil. I'm here for some Simon content. Simon, you need to start your own fan page or something. OnlyFans or something. Yeah. James, if you could speak more clearly, please. You need to articulate more.
I've never been more insulted in my life, I think.
Shots fired.
Oh, I bet you have, James. I would imagine. I can do better than that as well. I can wind up some good insults for you. Okay, guys, we've got lots to get through. Let's just crack on straight away. If you haven't seen this show before, shame on you. This is where we talk all things action figures. We talk smaller scale figures, larger scale figures, 1/6 scale, and games and all that kind of jazz. So there's all kinds of stuff. I don't think we've got any Lego this week, thank God. But we've got pretty much everything else. And we're going to start off with, just because I don't want him to go on a little huff and feel left out, we're starting with James tonight.
Oh, I get to go first. Yay.
James gets to go first, yeah.
Excellent. So Peacemaker has joined the roster of Mortal Kombat 1. There is a trailer. Did you just check it out?
You did? Yeah.
So I've not actually seen the show yet. I've been meaning to.
You've never seen Peacemaker?
I still haven't watched it yet. I'm going to get Now TV soon. And
What you been doing, man?
But like from the trailer, he looks hilarious. Like this kind of his fatality is like a activate sonic boom. Like I assume he has a chart. Like that's from the show. Is it that and they just explode?
Mm-hmm.
Is the little butterfly thing from the show?
Yes.
Yes, it's the...
Yeah.
I'm not going to spoil it for you, but yes, it is. Yeah.
So the other one is that thing crawls out your opponent's mouth and then he's trying to shoot it and it just keeps shooting the person instead. It's really funny. He's got like a human torpedo move, which is really fun as well. And then I think a really cool aspect of this is like, because Mortal Kombat has a lot of crossovers, you can see him and Omni-Man fighting, and like at the beginning of matches, there's like kind of a back and forth like during a clash. And there's like references to like, I'll just use kryptonite. What the hell's kryptonite and stuff like that. So it's cool. So.
It looks pretty interesting. I mean, I'm a big fan of the Peacemaker character. I'm more interested in seeing Omni-Man. Fuzzy's saying he feels like every month we discuss a new person during the game. Mortal Kombat not off seems to add lots of new people to it, doesn't it? It's got a good roster.
Each characters get added afterwards in combat packs, and then they.
I think you can change his helmet looks on this as well, can't
yeah,
you?
like, there's really
Simon
deep customization, so you can change the color of the outfits, and I think there's like different types of helmets, like probably more classic versions and stuff like that.
So again, that links to the show, James, that you haven't seen. He's got each helmet's got a different kind of power set to it.
Right.
That's where the sonic boom comes from and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Luke, this interests you?
Do you know what? So I'm with James. I haven't watched the show yet. And unfortunately, because my NAS drive's broke, I might not be able to for a while. But this really did catch me off guard, because maybe it just shows that I'm not a gamer, because this blew me away. Like, this looked amazing. Like, the graphics and the detail. Is this what all games are like now?
Mortal Kombat games in particular, I think, look amazing. Like, because it's a fighting game. It's not like this big open world. All of the budget goes into how the characters look and move and the environments as well.
And the finishing moves.
Because I'm so used to seeing like good stuff, but it always saying like not actual gameplay written underneath.
Yeah.
But like this one was a gameplay trailer. You know what I mean? So
It's amazing how far we've come, I think, in the last few years.
Mm.
You know?
it looks insane. You know, it really does. Unfortunately, I have no console to play it on.
Yeah, I'm waiting for like with all the added characters version, like that comes down the road. I'll get that.
Yeah. Injustice is my favourite kind of this style of game, this kind of
Yeah.
scrolling fighting
It's
game.
an amazing story that was.
Yeah, I have to say, I've tried a number of Mortal Kombat games over the years, and they get a bit repetitive for me. It's far more fun, personally, my personal view, it's far more fun if you've got someone at home to play with. Just playing
Yeah, I think
single
so.
player is not much fun, you know?
Yeah, well, I play these for the story, you know, which is you can't really
Yeah.
say about the other kind of fighting game series.
And I think that's why I
it's
really
good.
enjoyed
Too bad.
Injustice, James, because I loved this. Like I say, it was a story that connected with us, you know. Good stuff, good stuff. Okie dokie, moving on. We've got Luke.
Yeah. So this has been doing the rounds for a week or so now, and nobody knows what it could be. You know, it's kind of just like this reveal to be seen on March the 21st and the 22nd. I'm really hoping that it's going to be Street Sharks. You know, Mattel have had the license for a long while. They kind of dabbled with it a couple of years back where they released some concept art figures, which, to be honest, were pretty shite. But yeah, I'm at a complete loss as to what this could be. But I was wanting to see what you guys were maybe hoping for. What would you want from Mattel?
Oh, remind which properties they've got.
So they got things like Street Sharks and obviously Masters of the Universe. If Ephraim was
Barbie.
here, he'd love the Barbies.
Did they have that?
Definitely.
Did they do Dino Riders?
That kind of stuff.
Dino Riders is part of the same. Yeah, it's all part of the Street Sharks stuff.
Who is Mask Kenner? I can't remember who Mask is.
So yeah, and then Kenner got bought by Hasbro, didn't they? So
Because I'd love to see some more Mask figures coming out. But, you know, I don't know.
I think it's going to be disappointing either way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they're going to live up to
I
expectations.
kind of think there's not much more we can get from a He-Man line because we've had every version, iteration and whatnot over the years. So I'm not that excited by that. I never got into Street Sharks, so I have to say that doesn't particularly excite us. So I'm not sure. What about the rest of you guys?
What never but foretold stories? What do you think that means? Like are we getting movie reveals or something? Like a Barbie. I know they have something like stupid, like 60 movies in development or something since Barbie came out.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, it really could be anything.
Mm.
Is there something to do with the text there? Because the revealed looks odd to me.
Hmm.
Do you know what I mean? The R and the
Yeah,
L.
the way the font is. I can't think what it could be.
Let one know in the chat if you've got any ideas. Not a clue myself, but yeah, interesting. We'll watch out for that and see what comes of it. Simon, anything from you on that?
I like Street Sharks, so hoping for Street Sharks.
It's good. Yeah,
I
like
that,
turtles.
I like turtles.
I like turtles. Yeah. Simon always coming in with the insights. We like that. Thank you, Simon. Speaking of Simon, actually no, it's my slide next, I think. Yeah. 1/6 scale action figures. Wanted to talk about this briefly. This is the Ahsoka Tano and the Padawan version from the recent Ahsoka TV show on Disney Plus. I'm not particularly familiar with this character from any of our cartoon appearances, but I thought she was really good in the Ahsoka TV show. I thought they were some of the best scenes, actually. This is not a one for me because I don't collect that line, but it's pretty impressive. This is quite a nice figure. Really didn't expect to see this figure because she's only in it a very short amount.
I think it's for those
Star Wars
diehard
nerds.
Clone
Is this something
Wars-
for you guys?
It's for the Clone Wars fans, I think. Like I have, for example, that like
You've got the Anakin, haven't you?
up there.
Yeah.
This pair perfectly with that. So
Yeah.
I'm sort of on the fence. There is like a season 8 kind of look. Not quite like Rosario Dawson, not quite this actress like from a couple of years ago. So like you can get that would pair as well. But I think it's an option for that Clone Wars line. You know, to people will throw it in with that.
Simon, what about you? Do you like this?
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I prefer the animated version better. So
Okay.
it's not something if I was in 1/6, it's not something I would pick up.
Head sculpt's pretty good, mind. It's got a good likeness of the
That's
young
spot
lady
on,
who
yeah.
played the
think so.
part. Okay, Simon. You're up, Simon. You're up. You sent us your slides, and I know you're excited to talk
I
about
forgot what I
this.
sent you.
So you wanted to talk about Helldivers? I don't know
Oh
what
yeah,
this is, mate.
yeah,
So
my
what's this?
gaming section. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a big raving new game that's out at the moment, and PS5.
Jesus,
Fucking,
mate.
excuse me. Oh, you set the. Oh, okay, this is a.
Simon messaged us yesterday and said,
Did
wouldn't it be funny if we, I don't know why I do that accent for you, Simon. Wouldn't it be funny if I wound James up by putting a slide in like that?
Okay. Very good.
But Simon,
Yeah.
no, I don't want you to talk about this, Simon. James is
We
going to
have
talk
it
about
coming,
this
we
in a
have it
bit.
coming up later.
Yeah. Simon, your proper slides, Simon. This.
Yeah, so this is McFarlane, DC Multiverse. So a really nice figures 2-pack, Kilowog and Green Lantern, and I think it's Kyle Rayner Green Lantern version. Something I'm definitely wanting to pick up because I collect the Green Lantern figures. Really nice set, really. So and the Kilowog look absolutely amazing.
I have to say, I mean, I'm not a small scale collector as such, but they are really cool looking figures. I do like those, and I love the Kyle.
Yeah.
Very cool. I like them actually, Simon. I might have to.
Yeah, it's something I'm definitely picking up. So yeah.
Nice.
And something strange. It's McFarlane's 30th year anniversary in making toys. So he's done a figure lines. I don't really collect Spawn. I don't know a lot about Spawn, but he's doing a dual pack with him and Spawn. So a figure of himself.
I mean,
Spawn.
that's a little bit on the nose, mind, isn't it? I know Fuzzy mentioned this to us a few weeks ago. And
Yeah.
it's interesting as well that the Todd McFarlane figure is about the same height and everything as Spawn. So it's a
Yeah.
little bit egotistical, do you know what I mean? But I suppose if you're a multi-millionaire toy guru comic book maker, I'd make myself a figure as well. They could just retool the Fat Bastard one from Austin Powers. And, you know, but yeah, I'll probably have my own figure.
Yeah. So
Don't you?
yeah. So it's a weird one to bring out. Not something I would buy, but these are all gold label line figures. So he's bringing a load of other variations of Spawn out as well. So like an animated version, other versions which are shown there, which is quite interesting. But yeah,
King's
yeah, I
Spawn.
think
I like
figure
the
of
Wakanda
himself.
Forever one. It's good.
Yeah. And then what's interesting is licensing. So McFarlane has just got and received some new licensing, one from Universal, so we can see some Universal line toys, and Walking Dead, AMC.
They already had the Walking Dead license.
No, they haven't. So
Well, they
this
made
is
all
new.
of the Walking Dead figures. Every single
this-
Walking
Hang
Dead.
on, just 1 second, just 1 second. Luke, are you saying that Simon's making shit up? Because
I'm saying he's making shit up because
Yeah,
I
have to be
collect.
right.
First one of the show, Simon. Well
Oh
done.
my God. Perfect.
That's
Oh,
amazing.
Oh, that took ages.
Oh dear.
Oh, I can't wait for the next one. Yeah, McFarlane Toys has always had the license for Walking Dead. They've made like
Right.
the little building sets, a bit like Lego. They've made all the action figures. It's always been McFarlane Toys.
Maybe they're going to do something different with it because, like you said, that's an official image, isn't it, Simon? So
Yes, yeah,
The
that's
mo-
an official image. So,
the maybe he's doing. Did they have the comic book figures rather than the
No, they
TV?
had all of it.
they
I
did the
literally
show.
had like the entire set of everything.
Maybe they're doing something new with it. Interesting. Just going to excuse me. Jump to the chat. I do apologise, ladies and gentlemen. I'm full of cold and flu, and I know Luke is as well. So if we start coughing and stuff, just excuse me. Phil, did you pre-order the Batman animated figure? Can't remember who makes it. I did, mate. There's two versions. There's the one with the yellow emblem, the one with the black emblem.
Got both.
I did not yet. I've got the black. You can get them from 1/6 kit. I can't remember who the maker of the figures is. It's Hero Toys or something, maybe, I think. And Fuzzy's saying Mattel have Pokemon.
Yeah, they do.
that right?
They actually this week. Actually, I should have made a slide for that. They did have like a Lego-esque Ash and Pikachu figure that was
Okay.
part of their Mattel Creations line. To me, it doesn't look all that great.
Oh yeah, I was in a Smiths the other day. I saw like it was like a knockoff Lego. It looked like it was like
Yeah,
a version
and
of
it
Lego
looks
kind
like
of thing.
it looks cheap, really,
Yeah,
for the price
yeah,
that it's
yeah.
going for. It looks really bad.
Looks like some out of AliExpress or something. Yeah.
I'm with Efren on this. I think the Universal line sounds interesting because obviously we're getting them from or versions of them from NECA.
But just looking at,
So,
just looking
I've-
now at a few other Universal franchises: Back to the Future, Bourne, DreamWorks, so How to Train Your Dragon, Shrek, all that. Fast and Furious, Jaws, Jurassic Park. I think is the big one.
Nobody wants a Fast and
No.
Furious figure. Actually, you look a bit like Vin Diesel, Simon. You and Efren. I don't know why.
It's
Um,
gonna be interesting because if they do Universal Monsters, obviously the way the toy industry works, if you pick out the scale that you're doing, no one else is allowed to do that. So I wonder how they're going to modify it because obviously I think NECA is like a 7-inch scale. So if
Right.
these are 6, you probably get away with it,
Yeah,
or maybe it's too close.
I think they'll go with the movie with like Jurassic Park, Jaws, Back to the Future, like they're on those classic kind of movie series. I think.
Yeah.
Would be my guess.
So,
Fuzzy, I've got that, mate. You sent it. I've added some slides.
so
Sorry,
basically, yeah, I've just fact checked myself. They're relicensing, Luke.
Right.
Relicensing.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So when you
that
said they
means they're
never
making-
owned The Walking Dead, you just made that up on the spot.
No, I said the licensing. They were
No,
relicensing. I never.
Simon, you said word for word.
But
Let's
They-
move,
no, they
move on.
didn't. No,
Move
they
on.
didn't, Jonas.
Simon,
They're releasing
Simon,
new
Simon,
Walking
I've
Dead
got your
figures,
back tonight,
so,
right? I'm not going
yeah.
to let him bully you.
I'm
Okay,
concerned that you have
if
one
only
of those
this was
slides for all of us.
It's
What,
only
the
this was
Claxons?
being recorded, you know. If only you
Right.
go back and
Careful
watch
with what
that,
I say.
You say that word for word.
Are we ready to move on?
Yes.
I think the sexiest thing you've shown on there, Simon, is the Green Lanterns.
Yeah.
I'm like I say, I'm tempted by them. I am tempted. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, James, take it away. We're back to you, bud.
What is this
And I'm
game?
sure Simon will want to jump in. And actually,
Yeah.
gentlemen, brace yourselves. I've played this game.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So this is Helldivers 2. This is kind of a hot new game at the moment. It's from Sony. It's on PlayStation and PC. So it's sort of like it's a sequel to this kind of like twin sticks top-down shooter from like 2016 called Helldivers. But they've kind of revamped it. It's got like a kind of a AAA kind of shine on it. It's a third-person shooter, kind of almost like Max Payne crawling on the ground and stuff. Very inspired by Starship Troopers. So it's kind of like a pro-America, like we bring justice
James,
or we bring nothing, destruction,
it's-
whatever kind of thing.
It's not inspired. It literally is
That's a
playing
rip-off,
Starship
yeah,
Troopers.
yeah.
How they're getting away with it, I don't know, because
Even
it's
the bug enemy.
everything is like
that,
Starship. Even the adverts and stuff they do halfway through and things, it's Starship Troopers. It's incredible, really.
Yeah, but it's like blown. The service had a 700,000 person capacity. People weren't able to play because there was more people that owned the game. There was like a few days where people were like leaving their consoles on so they'd be in the server and like hog it so they wouldn't lose their spot. So it was like chaos for a few days. But yeah, it's sold I think 2 million copies now.
It's a good game, mate. I have to say,
It
it
is
is a
a
good
good
game.
Yeah, I still haven't got it. I'm trying to find a physical copy. I can't get them on Smiths, and on Amazon it says it's not coming until April. So like, I might just get the digital.
Yeah, we had to order ours, I think we got it from Argos.
Yeah.
We ordered it and picked it up from an Argos store.
So I play this on PC. I was playing it last night. It is more a multiplayer game. It's hard to play on your own, definitely. So
Yeah,
you have
it's a
to
live
either-
service co-op shooter.
Yeah.
kind of thing,
Yeah. So I get it on Steam. So I got CD keys. I think it was only like 22 quid or something. from
Okay.
CD keys. So it's not too bad. So very good game. Amazing. Like you also don't have to fight bugs. There's the robots as well. Yeah, animatrons or something they're called. So there's like two sides to it and difficulties, and it's one of those games you can just jump in, have a bit of fun with your friends, and then jump back off again.
How's the microtransaction system in it?
It's not too bad. You get because it's not overpriced either. Like you're not buying a lot for cosmetics. Those are the cosmetics you get through in game with earning
Great,
medals.
that's fantastic. Yeah.
So you do the missions, and most of the missions are blow up like bugs' nests or kill a certain type of bug, and then you go. So you got active missions on each map and each difficulty and hard setting, and you get like XP points and medals from each time you. Basically, you've got to extract with your whole team at the end of the map. So if you don't, you get like left not enough points basically.
Just word salad, Simon. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it looks really cool. I'm gonna get
It's
around to that. We will be talking about Suicide Squad soon, but I think Warner Bros must be fuming because this is exactly what they wanted Suicide Squad to be, this massive, go on forever kind of co-op shooter thing, and
It
Yeah,
didn't.
this is taken off, and that one didn't. So yeah.
Can we just take a moment, gentlemen, to admire the effort James has put into his slides tonight? I think
They're beautiful.
I think he upped his game, Simon, because of you. I think so. So James, I mean, I think you should probably thank Simon because he has elevated your section. I think by just giving you that little push.
You were just being a bully. I'm a bitter little man, so
Yeah. Moving on. Luke, titles.
Titles. So yeah, the 40th anniversary is this year. I think officially it's in May. That's when the first issue of the comic came out. And many of you guys have probably seen the image of the first turtle that Kevin Eastman drew on the little napkin when they first came up with the idea. And so Playmates has kind of taken that a step further, and they're creating these action figures in that image, obviously with the turtles a little bit more updated with their different bandanas and everything else. Now, I quite like these. Like, they're not, don't get me wrong, these aren't for the toy feature. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I was a kid and this was the toys that we were getting at that time, I'd be disappointed. But as far as a throwback to the original design and the concept, I think these will look quite good on the shelf. I'm not going to go out of my way to pre-order them, but if I found them out and about, I'd certainly pick them up.
I know you guys are massive turtle fans, and I like turtles. I like turtles as well. This is nice as a bit of nostalgia, I think, like you say, Luke. But that design doesn't do anything. It's not my turtles, if that makes sense. It's not how I recognise the turtles.
For me personally, if I did get them, I'd probably repaint them. Like, I would like to see these in black and white, possibly with the red bandanas.
Yeah.
Like, I think a bit of cell shading would go a long way with them as well. But it's Playmates at the end of the day, so wherever they end up, they're going to be cheap. They're going to be affordable.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What about the rest of you guys? These interest you?
Nope.
There really isn't much to talk about this
Fair.
month in my section, to be fair, guys.
It's cool if you're a Turtles collector and you want every different version, like that they have this kind of, original version look. But,
Not for me. Now this. Yeah, I don't know. So this, excuse me, this is Spider-Man 2. Most people, I mean, James is getting excited because it's from the game.
No, I'm excited because it's the Superior Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah.
It's the superior Spider. This is why I like it. It's one of my favourite versions of Spider-Man over the last few years. Stunning costume design. I just think there's something really slick and sexy about it. I'm not bothered about the connecting things on the back, to be honest. The legs on the back.
That's the main part. That's the bit that you need to have.
I think, yeah.
So the Marvel Legends toy came, and he didn't have those. So I purposely bought the Iron Spider and took all the parts off and repainted them to go on there. It's that you need those. That's what makes him Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's funny how it doesn't suit, because those come with like the bog standard Spidey figure in this line, and it doesn't suit it. But this one, I think, I would have them on it. Yeah.
I kind of convinced myself, but that I didn't like the head sculpt. The eyes looked odd, like too close together almost. On a few images I saw. I don't know. I've not pre-ordered this yet, but I see myself picking it up when it gets released. I have to say.
I got 2 Spideys and I got a symbiote Spidey ordered, so I have to skip this one, unfortunately. I just won't have the wheel. But I love it. I love how in that game kind of line they texturize these comic book suits. It looks like physical. It's great. So
Simon,
It looks pretty amazing, yeah. If I collect Spider-Man and I was 1/6 scale collector, I think it's something I would be interested to pick up. So yeah.
See, I've got a Spider-Man set up in 1/6, and I've got it in a kind of a diorama, I guess you'd call it, of them all fighting. And I could fit them in there pretty nicely, I think.
I was going to say the only downside is the amount of space he'll take up because of those arms.
Yeah, the big one. Yeah, and I've got Doc Ock in that collection already, so I don't know. It's sexy, but I like it. I like it a lot. Simon, we're back to you.
Marvel Legends now. So we have got 2 lots of 2-packs that have been announced. So we've got a Morbius and Doctor Strange, which is an unusual pack to have. And then we've got Hydro Man and Daredevil. So would you guys pick any of these up? I know you're into these packs, Luke. Would you something you'd be interested in?
So that's the irony, really. So that version of Morbius was the last figure that I really wanted, him and Chameleon, in order to complete my Marvel Legends Spider-Man set, like my collection. But I wound up selling them all, so they're all gone now. So it's irony, really, that 2 weeks after I sold everything, these came to market.
Yeah.
I love that Morbius figure. That Morbius design.
It's pretty
is so
cool,
good.
isn't it?
Yeah,
It looks
I've always
really
loved it.
Yeah.
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 So what about the Hydra Man and Daredevil? What do we reckon to that, guys?
So I know we had a bit of a debate in our group chat. You guys weren't keen on the Hydra Man. I quite like the Hydra Man. I think it works for the character. The Daredevil, the cell shading, not cell shading, sorry, the kind of the, would you class that as cell shading?
It is. It's
actually-
over
It
the
is,
top.
yeah.
Over the top.
I like it, but it's pissing us off that it kind of, his gloves and his boots aren't in the same kind of shape. Do you know what I mean? It just stops and they go just pure red. It just doesn't
I
fit.
suppose in the show, does his gloves ever do it? Is it just the suit that does that? Has that kind of shadowing on it?
Not sure. Sorrow's picking up the Tupac, but selling Strange. Yeah,
That's
I think the
thing, they always
Morbius is a good
fucking-
one.
But they always have cheeky bastards pairing these things like
Yeah.
other figures. The Tupac, and they like Doctor Strange and Morbius. I don't remember ever meeting in that show. Daredevil and Hydra Man, I don't think are in the same episode either. So like they're just putting them together to make you buy
They just
both,
bummed
you
them
know?
together. Yeah, it was quite interesting. And below, they're doing a 4-pack, which is just like Hasbro to realign and do stuff. So we've got Franklin and Valeria Richards. They already came as a 2-pack already. So now to sell even more of them, they've made them a 4-pack with Spidey and Wolverine. So yeah,
So,
really.
so
good.
who? So sorry, Simon. I phased out slightly for a second there. I was reading the comments. So is that Valerie Richards and
Franklin. Yeah.
Franklin Richards? Is it?
Yeah. So
I
they
can't remember this setup. I can't remember this team up. Can any of you guys?
No, I think they've just bunged them together to sell more of them. So because they've done a 2-pack of Franklin and Valeria. So, but I can't remember them being a team up like this. So
Okay.
no, so strange one for me. Not something I'd pick up, but I mean, the Spidey and Wolverine, they do look cool, which is why they've done it, I think. So, but just repainting and reselling, that's what Hasbro loves to do. And then on the bottom right, we have obviously the Falcon version of Captain America.
Yeah.
So yeah, which is Sam Wilson version. So which looks pretty cool, I think.
Is this a
It's nice figure.
repackaged builder figure, or is this new?
It's not a builder figure, but it's on its own. So.
Yeah, no, is it? Is
No,
it
was it
just
a
the
builder figure before?
put together
I
and put in a
don't
box?
know if it was a builder figure. I can't
Wings.
I
remember.
don't remember.
Seeing.
I don't remember seeing a Falcon builder figure.
No.
I'm not sure. Mind. I wouldn't like to be.
Is it not one that there was a Falcon, but he didn't come with the wings? The wings were a builder figure.
It's a bit of a shite figure for a builder figure, is it? If it doesn't come with the wings.
No, but the actual figure you bought, but you didn't come with the wings. And the
Oh,
wings,
right,
one
right.
piece of each of the wing was in another figure.
No, I can't remember that. So
One of the Netflix lines.
Pretty cool figures. Pretty cool figures. I do like the Falcon. Mind. I mean, I've got the hot toy version, but I
Oh,
do
so
like.
it's-
Oh, do you?
Super Sorrel says that the wings were a builder figure years
right.
back, but years back. So
Okay.
okay.
Pretty cool.
So another re-release of Hasbro, basically.
Nice. Good stuff, Simon. James.
So Simon's going to do most of the talking on this one. So this is Pokemon Legends ZA. So this is a
ZA,
follow-up to
yeah.
Arceus, which was the kind of Zelda-esque, like open
Arceus,
world
yeah.
kind of Arceus, I believe it's pronounced, Simon. Open world kind of like Pokemon are running around in the world kind of game. So Simon, I don't know, what would you like to see from this? What would you like to see improved over Arceus?
So basically, the Pokemon had to announce something, obviously, with Power coming out and a lot of backlash, and because there was a lot of backlash of how good Power World was and how lack of development Pokemon had, and they're like, look, this is an example of what your game should have been like on Power World, and so when they announced this, everyone usually Pokemon rushes a game out within 4 months. So luckily with this, it's not coming out till 2015. So they've got a whole year to work on it, adapt it. So it's going back on
2015.
15 is what I said, isn't it?
2015. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it's been out for
Sorry,
9 years.
2025.
25,
Sorry.
25.
Sorry.
Don't make us hit the button, Simon.
Yeah.
Don't make us hit the button.
And so they've got a whole year to work on this. They've got Mega Evolutions coming back as well, so which is pretty cool. They've sort of reeled their Pokemon fans and appeased them. They're going to listen to them, and I think it will be a better game because it'll be better developed with all that time.
I highly doubt that Power World has had any kind of impact on this being announced now. You know, like it's probably the Power World's only come out a month ago or something. So
No, but this would have probably been in development, and I bet they
certainly.
would have.
Games take 5 years to make.
Yeah, but I'm guessing that they would release this within 4 months because that's when it.
So
would
the
be.
announcement to release is usually 4 months for Nintendo.
Yes, usually.
Okay.
So they've extended this because they want to obviously make this a really success. So.
Am I the only person, I think I already know the answer to this, am I the only person on screen who couldn't give a flying shit about Pokemon?
So I like Pokemon, but I only like the first generation.
I don't. You hit the nail on the head, Luke. After the first 151, I couldn't give a fuck anymore. Just stop at Mewtwo. You know, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
It just does nothing for us. It just
I'm
nothing for
very
us.
nostalgic for the original Pokemon, and so if they released a new game, like on the Switch, for example, I got the Let's Go Pikachu game because that is effectively the original games. So I enjoy playing that. So if they were to release those again, just better graphics, more advanced stuff, like I will always buy those games, but I have no interest whatsoever. I even stopped playing Pokemon Go the minute that all the Pokemon changed to being something else.
There's some of the Gen 2 ones, because I played like Gold and Silver when I was young, and then like the Pokemon 2000 movie. So like that's some of the kind of legendary Pokemon from that. Like I accept, I guess. But like yeah, the new ones. There's that fucking ice cream one. Like what? What are you doing? Come on.
I went to see, God, must be a good 5, 6, if not more years ago. I went to see Marvel live, actually, at Sheffield, I think it was. Just me and my son. And he bought a load of Pokemon cards. And his mission for that night was to teach us how to play Pokemon. I have never been so confused in my entire fucking life. Trying to understand what the shit he was talking about.
I had all the cards and I didn't understand how to play the game at all.
Yeah.
Like I just collected them, you know. Like,
Madness. Sorrel is saying, I'm hoping they re-release Red, Blue and Yellow and Digital Console for Switch.
mad they haven't, I think.
I couldn't give a toss about Pokemon. It's a bit weird to me. I agree. See, Fuzzy, me and you, Fuzzy, must just be old men. For me, the entire concept of the game is just weird because it's basically kidnapping animals, isn't it? And making them fight. That's illegal in most countries, isn't it? I just don't get it.
But they I think they die if they don't fight.
Well, you
Okay,
capture them, you
it's-
put them in a
it's in there.
cage, basically a ball cage,
What's in
and
their
then you
blood,
make
they
them
need
fight
to
each other.
Like,
It's
that's the whole
dog
thing.
fighting. You're
It's
absolutely
dog
right.
fighting.
Peter.
It's
Yeah.
dog fighting. Yeah.
These Power World's a bit more honest about
I mean,
it.
you're all sick, basically.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, with guns.
Yeah.
Actually, like.
Yeah, good guns and
What's
they are called
what's
slave
interesting though is the reason they put this back is because they did the same with the new Switch 2 console. So I'm thinking they're going to re-release this. With
launch
the new-
title. This will be a launch
Yeah,
title.
It'll be a launch title. That's
Yeah.
why it's been put back.
Fuzzy, you're right. You are, of course, right, Fuzzy. Okay, guys, moving on. Luke, my favourite phrase. What the shit are these? I mean, what is that, man? Howie?
Exactly. So, I'm a big fan of Turtles. I'm a big fan of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. But this just goes to show that sometimes two great things should never be mixed together. This looks shite. Right? To be fair, guys, I'm going to be totally honest with you. These first 3 slides that I've shown you were all shite. There's not a whole lot to talk about this month. Simon had the good stuff. I can't think of anything worse than buying these. Not even for repaints or anything. Like, they just look awful. So just showing you that they're around and it's a thing.
I do like it when we get a cock off from Fuzzy. That's my favourite comment. Okay, so this is the thing that I don't get about these crossovers, right? Donatello, Man-at-Arms, I'm presuming.
I would assume so, yeah.
Krang, but I don't... What's that
No idea.
crossed with?
I have absolutely no idea.
Beastman,
And
innit?
it's weird as well
It's not
because
Beast Man.
it's 2 separate
was gonna
toy
say
lines.
Beastman.
It's Playmates and Mattel. So I don't really know how this has come to be.
Yeah, these just. I'm very pleased for people like that, like them, but for me, these are just not floating my boat. Sorrel saying you think these are strange, you should see the Moss of the Universe Stranger Things crossover.
I mean, Turtles crossing over with any bizarre things is not unusual. You know, Universal Monsters is a strange pairing. I think so many comic books that are strange pairings. So like, I get it.
Roboto.
Because that's a horde. That is a horde thing. Is he meant to be?
I think
He's got a horde shield on his chest, hasn't he?
Simon, 3 times now you've said that Beastman. What makes you think it's Beastman?
Well, look at yours at the back. It's got the same belt and everything.
It's the teeth, isn't it? He's looking at the teeth.
Yeah.
If anything, it would be closer to Grislaw, wouldn't it? Like, but then even then, he's not green. I don't have a clue who that
Luke,
is.
I'm moving on, mate. I'm moving
Yeah,
on.
go for it.
I don't want to look
It's
at this
shite.
anymore. Yeah. Right, I've got a few slides in this little lineup, guys. So Toys, as they did a couple of years ago, they have kind of teased an image with a whole host of new figures coming out. They've already done some figures based on the CW Flash TV series, which were pretty good, if you like the Flash TV series. But they've, in rapid succession, put out slides for a number of these, and there's one that's quite interesting for me. So you get this, you get the version of Barry from the future. Quite nice, quite like the suit. Head sculpt's okay. I'm just going to rattle through, guys, so stop us if you want to talk about any. But yeah, it's all right if you like that kind of suit. I personally wasn't a fan of the leather Flash suit. Just not my cup of tea. You get Reverse Flash. Now, I think the head sculpt on that is very strong. I like
cool.
that figure.
I like that costume design as well.
Yeah, it's a shame they didn't come with. I don't think it. Well, I know it hasn't got light up eyes, because I love that effect in the TV show when his eyes are glowing red. It's just pretty cool. So quite like that one. Again, I'll not be picking it up, I don't think, because this is a bit like one of those lines that when you pick it up, you feel you've got to pick up the full line. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to do that. Wally West, nah, didn't like him in particular in the show, and I don't like the look of that leather. Again, the leather costume and the chin strap and stuff like that just doesn't do it for me, I'm afraid. The one that has got us interested, look at that, John Wesley from the original. Well, I'm saying from the original. This isn't from the original. This is from the CW where he resuits up and cries. Yeah, so it's an older version. So I was going to jump in on this. And then I thought, no, I'm going to hold off, because whilst I like the look of that, I want the original costume, and I'm scared that they, in a couple of months' time, release a original version, because the original version's a younger version, and it's a much tighter costume, more muscle definition, and all the rest of it. But I do like that. I do like that.
I suppose you can give it a year if they don't go back to this. But sort of like, remember you were going to get the Flash Keaton Batman.
Yeah.
And then you were like, oh, well, so I have the young one, why would I get the...
Yeah.
Same kind of thing.
But yeah, any of those appeal to you guys?
Too much Flash. I want to branch out. Like, I want them to do different movie franchises and stuff. Like, kind of, like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. I mean, so do some great franchises. They've got a lot of X-Men figures on the way, hopefully. So
I just want a Jerry from Fright Night. Just give me that. That's all I want.
I think you're barking up the wrong tree, mate. And that one you sent us an image of the other week was dog shit. It was awful. So yeah, not bad, but I don't think I'm going to jump in on these. Fuzzy, his head looks very rounded. Are we talking Simon or are we talking the Flash? What are you talking about? No, I agree, Fuzzy. It's I don't know, the head sculpt, sounds silly to say it, but the head sculpt, the cowl is very much plasticky, I think, compared to the material of the costume. I think in hand that'll look a bit odd.
Is it flocked?
I don't think so. I think it's just pitted plastic. Yeah. Anyway, not bad, but won't be jumping in on any of those, I don't think. Simon, you're back.
I'm back. More Marvel Legends. This is a Build-A-Figure line, and it makes Zabu, which is a pretty cool figure, I think. In this, you've got some figures I like, some I don't. So you've got Red Widow, you've got Icarus, we've got Black Winter Thor, Superior Iron Man, Wolfsbane, Marvel's Cable, and Kazar. So the one thing I am disappointed in is that Superior Iron Man, because it's just white paint, and I thought it was supposed to be chrome and silver. So a lot of people have said that and said, look, it doesn't look like the superior Iron Man it should look like. So yeah, what's your
Wolfsbane's
thoughts
an
on
interesting figure. I never thought we'd get a Wolfsbane figure
that? Mhm.
like that.
So
Wonder
Yeah.
why it says Marvel's Cable instead of just Cable.
I don't know. It looks like a repaint though. So we've had a Cable before. So
It's strange, isn't it?
mm,
None of the rest of them say Marvels.
yeah.
Is there a DC Cable character?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't know. Fuzzy's not a fan of the Build-It figure. The
It's just
disgrace.
annoying that, like, if you want Kazar and Zabu, you have to get the whole second line to get that.
You're absolutely right,
Yeah.
James. I mean, that's a bit of a piss take, isn't it? Because
That should be a 2-pack.
yeah, you would want a 2-pack, wouldn't you?
And we'll get
And
one
I
in
can't
5 years.
imagine. I mean, I'm out of touch, I guess, with modern Marvel comics, but I can't imagine lots of people are flocking to own a Red Widow figure. I've never even heard of Red Widow, or an Icarus. To be honest, is it who wants an Icarus figure?
This looks like a bargain bin line if ever I've seen it. I think
Yeah.
These would be a
Yeah.
fiver.
What do you think, Luke? You're going to be wanting any of these?
No, I've tapped out of Marvel Legends, like I said. The again, like what James has said, if I was going to get any, it would be the Savage Land characters. And like you say, that should be a 2-pack, and it was. We've had that before, I'm sure, and it will certainly have it again. So yeah, I think a lot of people will probably skip this wave.
I mean, the only one I would probably be picking up, if I'm honest, is the Black Winter Thor, because I do like to collect my Thor figures. But that's a repaint, I think. Did I get a Thor? I got a Thor where he came with his cosmic armor and stuff like that, and that looks very similar to that. I like the Cable figure. Super Sorrels is saying that Cable's the winner in this series for him, but I completely agree with you, Simon. I would have thought that, unless I've missed a section of Superior Spider-Man, I don't remember it being like a plain white armor.
No.
It was like a
no, it was
metallic
chrome.
silver, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Cool.
a metallic chrome it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And Fuzzy saying the Kazar face sculpt is on about 9 figures. Yeah.
Do you think that maybe with Marvel doing the Bamps, do you think Bamps is dying out? Do you think it's the wrong way for Marvel Legends to go?
Simon, that's a good question. Well done. I don't collect this kind of scale, so I don't know, but I would imagine for a lot of people, if the Bamf is a figure that you're interested in, like when they did Galactus and things like that, it forces you to pick up those figures because they get quite pricey on the aftermarket, I think, don't they?
Yeah.
Different parts and things like that.
I mean, that's what you got to realize. This isn't the Builder figure isn't for the fans. It's for the company that's making the figures. That they're forcing you to purchase stuff.
And that's
that
why
you
they
don't
always
want.
throw it. There's always a shift. It's never a line that makes sense. Like, it's a mishmash of characters. And there's always, like, even the movie ones, there's 2 shit characters that, like,
But that,
just
that, like you say, that is a flagrant slap in the face, really, for fans, isn't it? Because normally you build a figure, it's like just an additional figure, oh cool, but you've literally got a 2-pack there that you wouldn't really want Kazar without, I just don't think it's particularly fair on the fans. Anyway, interesting stuff. James,
Right,
you
this will
want
be
to
the last
talk
time I
about
talk
this?
about Suicide Squad for a while now, right?
Okay.
So, reviews came out, official reviews. It's disastrous, like 5 out of 10 pretty much across the board. Everybody hates it, like despises it, shockingly. The Warner Brothers CEO came out the other day and said, or Warner Games CEO, that it's fallen short of our expectations. Now, there's been kind of numbers, they haven't released official like sales figures, but if you look at like Steam, you can see like the live amount of players, like how many people are playing the game at the moment. So the all-time peak for the game was 12,500 players at once. Now compare that to like Helldivers 2, which was 700,000 players.
Wow.
This game's a disaster. Now I think it's cut off. Yeah, it's cut off here. So the middle row, 31,000. That's Avengers, which was considered a disaster. And the bottom one is Gotham Knights, which was also considered a disaster. So it's half of Gotham Knights. Like, it's not even...
Gotham Knights was awful, mind. I don't know, did any of you guys play Gotham Knights?
No, I was tempted to just...
It starts
For a
off
tenner,
with
get
an
it, like-
absolutely brilliant kind of cinematic sequence of Ra's al Ghul fighting Batman in the Batcave, which was amazing. And then you just get some... It's just awful, clunky gameplay. It's like going back in time 20 years, do you know what I mean? It just felt horrible. Not a good game for me.
So like this is like even beyond my expectation. Like I thought it would be a slump, but I thought it'd sell 1 million copies at least, you know. But yeah, no, it's horrendous.
And
So.
it's such a shame because the cutscenes in it are really good.
Well, so I
Right.
just wanted, I'm going to, because it's been a month now. I think anyone who cares about having this game spoiled has played it already, has heard them. So there's a few points I want to kind of touch on. So like one of the main criticisms of the game, and now it's called Kill the Justice League. My assumption would have been that you either don't actually kill the Justice League or you kill them and there's like a kind of reverse time moment, or it turns out they're clones at the end or something. For the moment, that doesn't seem to be the case. Now it's a live service game. New story chapters are kind of added as time goes on. But the kind of treatment of the characters in this game are sort of shocking. So like Batman, and this is the Arkham Batman that you play as in the Arkham series. One of Kevin Conroy's final performances, his final performance as that character. He just gets shot on a park bench by Harley. Not really any kind of reverence towards him. He just gets shot in the face and killed. Like, and that's, you know, that's it. Like for him, the Flash gets pissed on. Boomerang pisses on his corpse, and then Harley says he has a really big dick. Just really poor, yeah. Just really poor, like taste.
I wonder why it's not doing well.
Yeah, and then it's just shocking. Now, like there's some cool moments I've seen in the story. Like there's a sequence where you're fighting Batman, where it's kind of an inverse of the Arkham combat, where like you are on the ground and he's above you, which looked really cool. And there's a moment that Simon mentioned in a group chat last night where the King Shark gets the Green Lantern ring, which kind of looks cool. But like, just I don't know how you fumble this much. Like,
You know what? Sorry. Fuzzy, you'd piss on everything. You'd like it, Fuzzy, you'd like it. Your bottom two images are probably my biggest issue with this game. You've got Captain Boomerang.
Mhm.
Yeah? Captain Boomerang.
Yeah.
With a massive rifle. Okay. You've got King Shark there with a handgun or something. Why are these characters
it's a minigun, but
why are they not using the powers? Why are they not?
That is the weird, because the whole game is built around you fight things and you get loot, like you get better guns to fight things, to get better guns to fight things. You can't even get unlocked costumes because you have to pay real money for that. That's what the grind is. That's what the whole point of the game is. And people just say it just gets boring after a few hours. So like, the game's not engaging enough to continue playing. At least with Avengers, I have not played, but from what I've seen, Thor swings his hammer and throws his hammer, and Iron Man has his repulsors, and Hulk smashes things. You know, so like there's big difference there for that. Whereas all these characters kind of play the same. As well as that, I don't know how you fumble this. The boss fights are bad apparently, which like when you're fighting, like the whole point of this game is you're fighting Superman, you're fighting Green Lantern, you're fighting the Flash. Like how do you fuck up boss fights?
Yeah.
Crazy. So anyway, the sales are terrible. Last point on it. Here's a little teaser for like the next few seasons. Now we talked about the Joker being added.
Yeah.
It's sort of like an Elseworld portal that the characters come through. So the second character after this is kind of leaked. There's a teaser image here, but like it seems to confirm some leaks from a while ago. The second character is going to be a female version of Mr. Freeze, like Victoria Freeze or something from an Elseworld. Third character is Deadshot's daughter, who's going to be called. It's escaping me now. It's some kind of gun reference anyway. And the fourth character is Deathstroke. Now I don't know why you don't. If you want people to keep playing this game, you put out the big boys first, front and center. I think you can throw out Black Manta and those like kind of characters, those big famous ones, you know, straight away.
None of those characters you've just mentioned excite me in any single way.
Why isn't it Killer Frost? Why isn't it Mr. Freeze? Like, why are you doing a weird one? The Deadshot's daughter one, just bizarre to me. Bizarre choice. Like, I think she'll play probably the same as him.
Crap.
Yeah, unfortunate. Sad. Oh well. So I'm done talking about this game now for a while, so.
Anything you want to add on this, Luke, before we hopefully never talk about this piece of shit again?
No,
No. Good stuff.
No.
Good stuff. Talk about this instead then, Luke.
yes. So my other slides were all complete shite, like I've said, but this I am really excited about. So we've joked about a lot about, you know, how I have my collections and I have everything and what am I going to do next. And to be honest, I was concerned about what I was going to start collecting next. I've had some of these in the past, but having seen the latest waves, I'm just absolutely blown away. Like, these figures are just getting better and better as the years go on, and they've been around for some like 10 odd years already now. These guys, the Four Horsemen who do all these sculpts, originally started off with McFarlane Toys and left to create their own company, which is ironic, really, when you think about how McFarlane left Marvel to go create Image. So yeah, I dug out my older figures, which are pretty much the Masters of the Universe based ones. But like I said, I've been looking at the new ones. So something that always put me off in the past was the price point when you collect in reverse with this stuff. Like, if you want to go back and check out the older lines, the older waves, they're going to be expensive. But, and I'm sure Super Sorrel has loads of these. If you purchase them as they are being announced, granted, you have to wait a year before you actually receive them, but you're getting them at really low prices. Like, I ordered 3 of these at £27 each.
Wow, that's not bad.
You know, not bad at all. Now, granted, I've only recently found out that I could have ordered them here in the UK from Emporium of Cool. Instead, I was ordering them directly from Four Horsemen. But again, that's the difference as well. Prices. You know, if you're going to order them direct from the Horsemen, yes, you're going to get them that much cheaper. But then, us being here in the UK, you're going to have to pay for that postage in order to get them over. So that does bump the figures up quite a substantial amount. But it swings and roundabouts. You know, you can either pay up front with the Horsemen and get them at the discounted value, or you can order them from one of the many retailers here in the UK, or even Big Bad Toys, or anywhere like that. And then you don't have to pay until much later down the line, or pay in installments, or do whatever it is you want. So I've mentioned a couple of times on this show about the Big Bear figure that they're doing, Bodford the Bear, and I've placed my order for him. I'm definitely getting that bear because he looks absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, that's Mythic Legions, my new obsession. I'm bound to be talking about it loads and loads in the forthcoming weeks. Really great line, really fantastic.
Yeah, they look very, very cool. Very cool. And I know when Sorrel did the This Is My, he talked a lot about these figures. They were a very interesting line. Fuzzy saying that's what kills me, waiting around. In a year's time, I could have changed my mind 3 times. I couldn't.
Tell me about it, man.
Yeah. That's the delay factor with a lot of figures. Is
one of my favorite things, the customization about it all, is that, you know, being someone who does enjoy repaints and redoing figures and stuff, the fact that these are all modular, you can take everything apart, arms, legs, armor, the whole lot, and create your own characters. So I'm really looking forward to what I can do with this. Now, obviously, spending a lot of money, I'd be hesitant to mess about with it too much. For example, Bodford the Bear, if I could afford it, I'd have 2 and I'd paint one as a polar bear. But I don't. I'm not even going to risk that. It's too expensive to go down that route with him. But the cheaper ones, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll have to get Sorrel on the next episode, and he can do a bit of an in-depth dive on them because I know he's got a lot of them. But yeah, very cool, very interesting figures. I like them. Oh, sexy. So this is Hot Toys Vader. Comes with dual USB lightsabers, which I think is amazing. You get the 2 different head sculpts, so you get the standard masked head sculpt, and then you get this superb looking kind of fractured helmet head sculpt, which is just stunning, absolutely stunning. Now I've got the Empire Strikes Back Vader, so not be picking this one up, but it's a sexy looking figure. James, this one appeal to you in any way?
I really want to put him in the Clone Wars Anakin like back to back because of like that kind of thing. I love it. Like really, I might get this.
I think the head sculpt's phenomenal. I really do
Stunning,
think it's an amazing looking thing.
Like obviously classic Vader's amazing, but I just think that's too good to hide.
Yeah. Yeah. Simon, what about you? This is the one that you like?
I've got this in the Black series, so yeah, it looks pretty cool. So I love that cut off helmet look.
Yeah. Sexy. Okie dokie. Fuzzy, all Vaders look the same, really. Yeah, I mean that's why I'm not picking it up, Fuzzy, because I've already got the Empire one, but I do like that head sculpt. I think if the head sculpt came up for sale and I could get it at a decent price, I might be jumping on that, I think. Simon, I quite like this.
You quite like this slide, do you? SH Fig Arts. So we have a Punk Spider-Man, which is pretty cool. A really nice figure. And then we have Undead Unlock, which is Andy and Izumo. This is a new anime that's out at the moment. I think you can watch it on Disney Plus. So they've got those figures as well. And then SH Monster Arts, which is their line on the monster version. And it is
Monster Hunter, isn't it?
Yeah, Monster Hunter. So really cool line. A bit more expensive than the other figures. SH Fig Art figures range anywhere like 60 to 80 quid, where I think the Fig Arts are about 130 to 150 pounds.
Well, what size are they?
They're actually not that big. I thought they would be bigger than they are, but they're not. They're only that size sort of thing. So, but
Okay.
the detail on them are absolutely amazing. So, and I am a big Monster Hunter fan. I played the games.
I literally just bought World the other day because I there's one I missed from a few years
Monster
ago. I was
It's
like,
so good.
Capcom,
Yeah.
so I'll get digging into that soon.
Yeah, so that's a Rathalos and a Zigor. So yeah, absolutely love Monster Hunter.
They look pretty cool. I like the detail on them. Fuzzy's just saying he read Spider-Punk comic the other day. Pure Mints, absolutely Fuzzy. I read it, and I yeah, it made my eyes bleed.
What scale is this Spider-Punk Fig Arts? Because it looks an awful lot like the Marvel Legends one that they released, and I don't know if it's necessarily worth the money.
I don't know what scale they're at.
So figure arts are about Marvel Legends size.
Yeah, they're about
Yeah, I
the same
think-
size, aren't they?
They are about the same size. Yeah, they're not.
There is a
Far
massive
off.
difference in cost, though, isn't there?
Yeah, like paying nearly like what
Pretty
60
Better
quid, I
quality
think.
figure though. It's more and more articulation. Like it's
Depends what you get with it, I
Paint
suppose.
job is better, isn't it? Yeah, accessories.
Good stuff. Good stuff. James, you're back again.
This dropped like the day after the last show we did. I was fuming because this is massive. So Microsoft's going multi-platform. So they've announced that 4 games already are coming, like that were Xbox exclusives that they publish are coming. Sea of Thieves, Hi-Fi Rush, Pentiment, and Grounded. But Starfield is on the table to come out on PlayStation. Indiana Jones possibly going to come out on PlayStation. I don't really understand the logic of this unless they're completely backing out of the console game altogether. And that has happened before. Atari used to be one of the big boys in console development. They are just a publisher now. Sega, same thing. So they might be going that route and just being a publisher.
I think it's a licensing thing because I think Microsoft bought a lot of these companies.
Get that
That
button
may-
ready, Peter. Say
Get
something, go on. Get the button ready. Sign
Get the
up.
button ready. So Microsoft bought a lot of the companies that made these games and things like that. So
Yeah, but they own Sea of Thieves is Rare. They own Rare already. Hi-Fi Rush,
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I think they own that studio as well. So
and so I think because it's a licensing thing that they're not bothered. Like these games have been out a while, and you can play them on the Game Pass on PC.
Yeah.
So they're not bothered whether they go on PlayStation.
I would say you're right. Like PlayStation's sort of doing the same thing lately, but not with putting on Xbox. Like some older games coming to PC, remastered games coming to PC. God of War.
But wouldn't it be
Last of
like
Us.
fair if Xbox does this with PlayStation, then we get then you can get God of War and that onto
Why
Xbox?
would they? Why would they do that?
I don't know.
Exactly. No, that just doesn't make any sense.
If Xbox is doing it-
the reason people would buy a PlayStation is for those games. This doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense to me. Why Xbox would say, "All right, let's put like Indiana Jones." They bought Bethesda
So it
The-
doesn't
these
make-
to
aren't-
get that game.
It doesn't make any business sense for them, but as a game
these aren't
consumer,
what I
this
would call
this pleases me a lot because it does make
amazing.
tits in.
yeah.
Don't need
yeah.
to buy both anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
These aren't new releases. These releases have been out quite a while.
Well, Hi-Fi
So-
Rush was last year. Sea of
Yeah.
Thieves is a live service game. So it doesn't really matter. I'm not sure about Grounded and Pentiment. Starfield just came out. Indiana Jones is now until the end of the year.
Yeah, but they've been
so
out
like-
more nearly a year is what I'm trying to say. So they're not new releases. And
I
then
think a
straight
lot
on
of people would
PlayStation.
wait a year, Simon, to save 500 quid on buying a new console. I was going to buy an Xbox for
Yeah.
Indiana Jones, and now I'm not. I'll just wait for it until it's on PlayStation.
Right, moving on, guys. People are
Crazy,
encouraging us
crazy.
in the chat to keep using the button. People seem to like the button, Simon. I mean,
It's crazy though. This is
just-
like insanity. So yeah, I did never believe this would happen. I'm delighted.
oh, right then. So, couple of 1/6 skill figures to end the 1/6 on. We've got Gore the God Butcher from Hot Toys, phenomenal head sculpt, dreadful character from the from the movie, awful arm joints. Not a one I'll be picking up. I can't imagine many people rushing to buy this figure. Head
I thought you got
sculpt's
it 'cause he's a
amazing.
Thor villain.
No, this film just needs burning and destroying and then
He was good
burying.
though. He was good.
Yeah, but he's just in it for a little bit. It's not good enough to rescue the movie for me, I'm afraid. So not be getting that. This is weird. This is Vampire J. So this is a vampire version of the Joker.
I thought
When
this
you
was
have-
just a
Cack. That's what it is, James.
Joker.
When you have a good look at the head sculpt, he's got some scar on his face and a slight kind of smirk with a tooth shown. I just don't get this at all. I don't know where the hell they've yeah, anyway. And then we've got the Hot Toys Black Adam. Again, not sure who's rushing for this film, for this figure. Although I guess people like a Dwayne Johnson head sculpt.
A lot of people have their DCU collections,
Yeah.
throw them in there.
You get two head sculpts with him. Excuse me, one with the raised eyebrow, one without. And there's a few different versions of this with the light up chest emblems and the kind of the hooded look and all that kind of stuff. None of these are for me. Black Adam looks starved. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And Fuzzy is quite clearly saying tat. And Fuzzy saying 18 months too late. You bang on, Fuzzy. This is what frustrates us being a 1/6 collector. The Hot Toys, quite often, you're looking at a year, 2 years from movie release to the figure actually coming out. So it's, yeah.
It is funny how if a lot of these figures were ready to buy when the movie was out, we'd probably buy a lot more figures. Do you know?
I bet people would buy a lot more if the figure came out a month or so before the movie. And then they realised it was dog shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you'd probably sell a lot more
You
Gore
know that
figures
with the
before
God
that.
Butcher now, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have that already.
I'd be trying to flog it. Yeah. So yeah, none of these appeal to me. These appeal to any of you guys?
No.
No. Tat. The Joker's bizarre, unless they're going to do another like a vampire line or something. But
Must be, yeah.
and again, the scary thing is with these third-party figures, I've never heard of that group. But what again, what third parties tend to do is, because it's obviously not supported in terms of the figures they're producing, they quite often make a figure and then the company disappears and comes back under a different name.
Oh, this is all 3 different companies, I think.
Yeah,
That are doing
yeah.
under 20 different names.
yeah. But no, I'll not be pick that up. It'd sell a lot more if they weren't 280 quid. That's a good point. It's a good point. Simon, Godzilla, Pink Godzilla.
Pink Godzilla. So this is with the new movie coming out. This is Higher Toys.
Hiya.
Their version. Hiya. Their version of the new Godzilla toy with the pink frills or pink,
The pink what?
pink scales and
Scales,
whatever they are.
yes.
Yeah, and so pretty cool figure. I still prefer the SH Monster Arts version figures. I think these ones are a bit tiny for what they are and the money. So I think this is like $60. I think for this one.
Okay.
So okay. Then I come across this one, which is Blitzway. So this is a repaint of a Voltron figure they brought out. I was a bit shook at the price. I was like, what? So I think it's carbonite, so I don't know what's so special about it. But they released a Voltron figure. What price point do you think they released the Voltron figure? And then what price point do you think this figure is?
Luke?
What price point? Oh.
You were. Hang on. What was the question, Peter?
I have no idea. I was reading Super Sorrow's comments.
He's throwing me under the bus, isn't he? Because I wasn't listening
That's
either.
what I did.
If I
yeah.
had to say price point, I'd say it's got to be in the hundreds, right? I don't know, 180,
2,000.
200.
No, 2000. No, not that. So the original Voltron figure was around £800. So, which is a bit expensive, and this one I think is going for $500. So yeah,
What size is it?
I don't know the sizes again because they didn't really state it, but
But
I
Oh,
would
does
say
it-
you've
that
got
big?
they
Yeah.
connect, so that you've got all the lions. So the lions are about that
Okay.
big. So I think this figure will be a quite big figure. So.
People are guessing in the chat how much it's cool with. I don't think I've ever seen Voltron, you know. I don't think I've read
not
or,
either.
or watched Voltron. Any of you guys familiar with it?
I know of it more from
Deadpool.
from other things, yeah, from other things
Yeah.
that reference it. But no, I've never. I had the Voltron comic.
I don't think I did.
I might still have it.
Netflix
Is
TV
it?
show. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a really good show. You should watch it.
I like the design of it, mate. I like the design of it. I think it looks pretty cool. I like how I get one price in pounds, the next in dollars for the same item. Most people haven't got a clue about Voltron at all.
Yeah.
Knock off Power Rangers. Yeah. Yeah. Looks like a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers knockoff. Yeah.
I think
I agree.
Voltron was out first.
Yeah.
It was out first, yeah.
James.
Now, in the month leading up to the show, I have a little Google Doc and I take notes of like the news throughout the month. I was very excited about 10 days ago when it was kind of reported that Respawn, which is the team that does Star Wars Jedi games, are doing a Mandalorian game, or a bounty hunter game at least, first-person game. Stoked. Couldn't wait. 6 days later, layoffs hit EA, and that game is now cancelled. So I think that's the shortest window we've known a game existed, from knowing it existed to it being cancelled, I've ever seen anyway.
Yeah.
So that's a bit gutting, I think.
It's shit, isn't it? It's shit. It's
I
sad.
think, like, print money. Like, you couldn't
Yeah.
ask for a money printer more than a bounty hunter Star Wars game. Like, just insanity to do this.
Crackers.
Layoffs, I think, is going to be a recurring segment throughout the year. So, like, in the last couple of months, we've had layoffs. EA's been hit with layoffs. PlayStation's now been hit with layoffs. So, Insomniac, Naughty Dog, Guerrilla Games, so Horizon, Spider-Man, The Last of Us developers, all hit with layoffs. There was a Twisted Metal game in development. It's being cancelled now. And London Studio, which back in the day did the Getaway series, has shut down. They've kind of more recently been doing like they did PS Vita stuff and then VR games. I think Blood and Truth was the last one they did, sort of a first-person heist game. Very sad. It seems like it's the industry seems to be collapsing at the moment. Like, it's crazy. I think 10%. This is 10% of Sony's workforce laid off, about 10,000 people, or 10,000 people. Imagine if you're just like training to work in games, and you're seeing this now, like all the competition and everything. It's a horrible kind of industry to get into at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, this is a great question from Phil, actually. Why all the layoffs? Everyone's reporting record profits. So why are they laying off people? Why are they getting rid of stuff?
It could be a variety of reasons. Games are getting longer to make and more expensive. Budgets are swelling. So, like, just doing with less people, I think, would be one. My theory is that AI might be playing a role in here, where you can get the AI to do things that a person would have had to, like level designs or character animations and stuff like that. You
It's
just get an AI to do that.
obscene what AI's do. I know I don't want to get into it because it's a whole thing, but I was flicking through YouTube channels the other day, and there's a YouTuber, I'll not mention the channel, who's regularly now uploading AI songs. And it's literally, it's a comic channel, but he's literally uploading a complete song with animation, with someone singing, with words. It's all AI generated. It's weird. It's, very strange, very strange. Luke, were you about to say something?
Yeah, I think a lot of this stems from them. The reason why they're saying that they're reporting high records and stuff is because of that bottom line. Because if they sack people, if they get rid of them, then obviously they're not on the books, and they can do a lot of this with subcontractors. So I think it's the same for a lot of businesses now, especially after the pandemic and the lockdowns, where they've realized that people will just work for themselves and will work from home, and they don't have to pay out for anything from like healthcare to dental to the whole shebang. It literally, you work for yourself, you do the work, and you're off, and it doesn't hit their bottom line.
Yeah.
I will say I applied for a job at PlayStation, and the benefits were very cushy. But like it's Insomniac and Naughty Dog are their two most successful studios that do their two biggest franchises.
Yeah.
Naughty Dog only had layoffs like a few months ago when the Last of Us multiplayer game was cancelled. PlayStation's never been in a better place. Like, it's outsold Xbox 2-1 the last generation. Every game's been a banger. You know, I don't understand why from there.
I think it's more to do with you're paying someone for their skill set, and if someone's very highly skilled, but you're only going to use them a couple of times out of the year, it's easier to have them as a contractor than it is to pay their wage for the full year. So whether you're a company like Google or anywhere else, I think it's just easier to do it that way.
Not good. Scary times, and we've seen this in some of the toy companies. We were talking about that a little while ago as well, weren't we? Layoffs everywhere, sadly. Just wanted to briefly mention this. This is something our good friend Fuzzy sent just before we went live. This is Rob Liefeld is producing some action figures based on his famous properties. I'm saying that. Rob's
How
famous
do the
for
feet
Cable.
look?
Yeah, Rob,
son of a bitch.
Rob's famous
Stole my
for
joke.
Cable and Deadpool, but I don't think many of his other characters have taken off. This is Blood Wolf and Blood Strike, and these are being produced by Loose Collector. I'm not familiar with Loose Collector. Any of you guys heard of them?
No.
These are selling for per figure $75 per figure. I would say they look very detailed. I like them, and the art boxes looked stunning. Interesting that I thought he was best buds with McFarlane. I'm surprised he's not tapped him up to try and release his figures rather than going off on his own, I guess. Nothing here interests me because I don't know these characters at all. Any of you guys intrigued by this?
The detail on the figures, they look quite nice. Like,
Yeah.
not a fan of the design, I don't know them, so I'm not gonna get it. But I think, like, quality-wise, they look decent.
Yeah. Highland J, I'm not sure if they're from Youngblood, mate. I didn't read a lot of Youngblood. I read the first kind of 6 issues or so, but I don't recognise any of the characters from them. Loose Collector are great. They made Lady Delph Hellwitch, very good company. They certainly look like quality figures. Fuzzy's confirming they are from Youngblood. They certainly look like good quality figures. I like the accessories. I like the guns and stuff. But yeah, not ones that I'd rush off and get. Yes, and I have good old Rob Liefeld pouches. A lot of his characters look very similar, mate. I mean, that could be Cable if you swap the head sculpt, the guy with the white hair, couldn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty cool. Interesting to see I'm producing them. I did want to mention this. This is the Pocket Goblins by our good friends Jacob's Toys and Super Sorrel over on Kickstarter. So please do go check that out. Pocket Goblins, really cool little line. I've backed it to get the full set, but you can go in at any kind of level you want. You can get one of the goblins, or you can get a whole host of different kind of add-ons and things like that to go with it. So please do check that out. Sorrel, if you're still in the chat, I think you are, just remind me please when this Kickstarter ends, because I don't think people have got long to jump on it. So please do try and have a look at it and get onto it as quickly as you can, because they look cracking. Guys, that's the end of another show. Simon, we only had to use the buzzer on you once. That's not bad. Well done. We'll use it in future. This is me, guys. Check us out over on YouTube and Instagram. Just released a video about my new Mondo Beastman figure. It's a stunning figure, so please go check that out. Orko's next. He's hopefully coming soon, so looking forward to getting him into me grubby little mitts. I Can View This All Day. Latest episode is out. This is doing really well. This is on Justice League. I'm currently, it's what I've been doing a little bit of today, currently editing our Spider-Man 1977 video. It's a good one. So really enjoying that. That's good fun. James, this is the one that's out at the moment. You want to just mention this? Love that image.
I'll Be Right Back on American Werewolf in London. So that was a really good conversation I'd never seen before. And yeah, we were both blown away by it. So if you want to listen to 15 and a half minutes of two men gushing about a movie, check it out. We talk about the history of it and the sequels and kind of what's potentially future of the franchise as well. So good conversation.
Yeah. And what are you working on at the moment? What are you editing at the moment?
Me?
Yeah. What have we recorded recently? Or
nothing. No. This is the last.
This is the list. No, we've got
you are over. We have Leprechaun. Sorry, is the next I'll Be Right Back, and then we for this Friday we're playing with potentially a new video type. So because Peter's over with me on Friday, so we'll be able to go live. So.
Worth mentioning that we'll not be doing a live show on Friday because I'm going to be in Dublin and I'll be very drunk with James and Andy. So we'll hopefully have something out over on One Good Scare.
Yeah.
Next Monday, though, is our Geeky Art Attack show. Looking forward to this one. This one's going to be Super Beasts. So what I'm going to ask James and Efren to do is challenge us to draw, because I enjoyed the amalgamation one last time.
Oh, we're doing animal characters?
To do animal characters or superhero versions of animal character, whatever
Sweet.
you want,
Yeah.
relating to animals. So
Amazing.
that will look pretty
This is
cool.
going to be fun. I can't wait for this.
So
Maybe I'll get Efren to pick that 4 animals and I'll do the 4 characters or something like that.
Yeah. Phil, yes, we are out in Dublin Friday. I'm there all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, really. I leave 10 o'clock Sunday night, Phil. So if you're available, Phil, by all means, join
Absolutely.
with. That'll be cool. Fuzzy. So this will be Monday night, our art show. So please do join for that one. That's your whack from me. Luke, what we got coming up on Hydra Collectibles?
Yeah, so tomorrow, Turtle Tuesday, I've got another interview with Kevin Eastman, not Kevin Smith.
You got his name right. Well done.
Yeah, got his name right. And so, yeah, he spills the beans on the new Jason Aaron comic series that's coming out. So I think I caught him off guard. I think we have something here.
Good stuff. Simon, how about yourself? Much happening?
No, nothing at the moment. So.
Okay, good stuff, mate. Okie dokie, ladies and gents, thank you so much. Just a reminder, we'll be doing something on One Good Scare Show over on Friday night, but we're not sure what yet, but it'll be a recorded video. There'll be no Saturday night live show from me this week, so check out somebody else's channel for a change. And we'll see you on Monday night when we're back to talk about animals and draw funny things. So with that, we'll catch you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye.